Okay, before I start putting this back on, I just took it off. So if anybody has a Kenworth T680 and they're looking to replace the fuel filter assembly, which is this piece right here, it has a this was my original part number, but I had to upgrade and get the new one. Let me see if it can focus. There you go. It's 1885916, and it's the fuel filter assembly. So you don't necessarily need much to take this off, but it sits right here. Okay, so what you're gonna need is an extension, a 13 millimeter, and a flathead, along with a swivel. I was using a 1/2 inch. So started off, I took the bolt off of the fuel filter, off of this oil where you would pour the oil. I took that one off, and then I put the swivel and got up in here, because it's gonna be, you're gonna have to come from like a little angle with the extension, put it on there, or put it on there, and then untwist it. Then you got 4 bolts. So you got one bolt here, one bolt here, one here, and one here. In order to get to this one, you need to move this out the way. So once you loose this, you push this over, and you loose these two, you push this over. And I also unclamped this cord going to the ECM just to give me a little more wiggle room. Then I was able to get to this bolt, and there's going to be this right here that sits at the top, and you're going to have to unplug that. All you need is a flathead. You shove the flathead right up in here, push it up, and it'll come right out. Then you're going to take it, move it out, and then you have this back here. It has a little clamp that's wrapped around it. You see the clamp right here. Take that out, and you're going to have this hose. This is an air hose, sits down in there. You're going to push down with the flathead and pull this up. You're going to pull that up. They come with a replacement now. So what you're going to do, once you take this apart, once you actually get it apart, you want to replace that. And it's just like a you need a socket for that right there, this cord. But I ended up breaking this off, but I knew I was going to replace it anyways, and I'll show you the part. For these clamps, they were hard to come off, so I ended up cutting them because they come with the new one anyways. So I just spliced them, made it easier, so now I can get in there and actually take them off, because it's really hard to get in there with the actual assembly attached. So, and then the last thing you're going to want to do is, there's another plug-in that you're going to use. This one right here, same thing as before. You just put a flathead in and pull it off. And it's attached right here. It's attached to a zip tie, the cord. See, there's the cord right there. Let's see if you can see it. There you go. I snatched it off of the zip tie, and then I was able to get more leverage to actually pull it apart. And yeah, snatched it right out of there. You're gonna have this hose, that hose that goes on the bottom of the primer. This one goes on the back side. This one goes on the front side. But they also gave me a cord. They gave me another hose to replace this as well. So I guess when you get the new one, if you have the old one, they give you this and they give you this. You can see back there, it's that bolt right there. You take that bolt out. I didn't actually take that off yet, so I'm gonna take that off, and put it back in, and okay, so here's the new fuel filter assembly. So there's a now we taking it out, we gotta put it back in. This is the new one. So this goes from the top, well, bottom of the primer down to this black. It's colored black. It's a black connector. Then you got this one, which is gonna go, it's a white connector, white to the white. It goes here. Gonna put that in. So then you got this, it's gonna connect here. You got this line, it's gonna go down in there. This line, this doesn't connect to anything, but this is what was leaking originally on my piece. And whenever you have that, you pretty much had to replace the entire thing. So this one goes from here. The one on his back side is one that's coming from the bottom. Where is that? It's down. I got that one, and I gotta connect this to here. And yeah, I'll show you once I get it done. I don't have a tripod with me right now. And then this one comes from up here, as you can see. And I got this one tucked off in the bottom. Well, this one right here goes here. So yeah. Okay, so now that we have this mounted back on, we're gonna put that on top of that. We're gonna run this air line right in here. Just a quick connect, so you just push that on. We're gonna push this down in here. Just gonna push this in. Okay. So hose is back on, hose is back on. You have 1, 2, 3. 3 hose. 1, 2, and 3 back here. 4 actually, because you got this one. You want to make sure you put this one in here and this one in here. I got to take this piece off of it still. Just got a quick connect on it. Just push and pop. All right, so before you start the truck, you want to make sure that you take this and you prime it. Okay, so then what I did, I primed it. I took the 32 millimeter and put on top of here. Took that off and I used it. Over here is a nozzle where if you pull it down, you can just start draining. It'll start draining the fuel into it. I used that as a top, and then I put a funnel on the corner right here and just poured it into it. I did it twice, and then I twist this knob, pulled it up, and started pumping until you feel pressure build in the system. Like, see right there, it's kind of hard to push back down because it's so much pressure in it. I had the truck running already. But you want to do that, start the system, let it run, look everything over. And that's all you need to do. So just 4 bolts, 2 up here, 2 down there, then a bolt for this oil feed right here, and then under here a few take this off, pop that out, take that off, take this hose off. All you got to do in order to release these is push this up.